in Europe. So, but the first one is going to be here and is going to be in the fall.
And then what is the plan? The season ended, we ended on a lot of cliffhangers. We saw, you walking, maybe contemplating, like, is he moving to LA? Are you moving to the UK? What is going on?
Well, I think people will have to wait and watch if there's any season 6, if I stay or I go, or what's going to be my decision. It's still it's still in the works.
You need to either live in LA or the UK. So, I mean, yes.
So yeah, UK, watch out.
Listen, we'll have to have like a selling UK if you end up in the UK, right?
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you.
What about, so like you weren't there for a lot of these scenes that, so as you watch this season, in a way, it's like a unique perspective because you were on the show, but you weren't there for a lot of these scenes. Like, as you watched the season, like, what did you think? Like, as you watched all this drama unfold?
Well, I mean, I thought that, it was unfortunate that, still things were still in a bad place, and that unfortunately things didn't get better with Christine. As you saw in season 4, I'm the kind of friend that I will always try to help my friends, and I obviously felt and sensed a lot of pain on her side with the situation with Mary and Heather, especially with them. So I tried to, make them communicate, but there's a lot of history. And I feel that also Christine, she didn't really, do the things that she will tell me that she will do. And then she continued doing things that will hurt the girl. So it was a little, like, unfortunate to watch that, and to see that I wasn't there to, even, I mean, and I don't know if I would have continued like trying to do anything, because I can give you as a friend my advice, but I think that she's strong enough to know what's wrong and what's right, and she's strong enough to defend herself and say the thing that she wants to say. I'm always unconditional for my friends, and I'll always be there for them. But I cannot also I will not tell you like, oh, you're doing great when I can see that you're not done something straight, and vice versa. And that's what I want from my friends too. And I don't want my friends to test my loyalty or anything. Like, I just want my friends to know that I'm their friend and I'm there for them. And I just want honesty and truth and love and support.
Was there anything that Christine did that like totally shocked you? I mean, as you watched this season?
Well, I mean, maybe the fact that she said that, that shocked me, but yeah, maybe that she shocked me that she said that I didn't call her or whatever after the brokers, because I did call her. But it's just, I take it all with a pinch of salt, because it's it's just like nothing like, oh wow, it really like she didn't do anything to me. So,
well, that's the thing. That's what I was going to ask you. Like, do you personally have, like, where are you with her today? Because like you really never had so many issues with her, right? Like, you were new, and then she was already kind of doing her own thing, and then you weren't there this season. Like, you yourself don't have that many issues with her, do you? Or do you, that I don't know?
No, I think she's amazing, and everyone is just doing their own thing, I mean, I've seen her beautiful side, her funny side, and I think it's incredible, and I really hope and wish that she will bring more of that in her life, because she can be like, I have had incredible times with her, and yeah.
Do you speak to her at all these days?
Well, I mean, she's extremely busy with her, now her own thing with the real estate, and like partnerships, and her makeup brand, and the shoe line, and all these things, and the baby. So I haven't seen her, and I haven't spoken to her maybe in 4 weeks, probably, or 5 weeks. We were messaging each other before a little bit more, and I think that it's just like we're both busy, and we haven't had the time to really sit and talk. I'm sure that the time will come, because I will always like to speak with her. I don't have anything against her. So if she wants to get together, and if this is what it is, and Christine, that I love you, and so call me anytime, and hopefully we can get together soon.
I think you might be the only agent on the show other than Chelsea that would actually say that at this point.
Well, I mean, I again, like she hasn't done anything directly to me, but that doesn't mean that I agree with something that she has done. So that's why I think that I also like when the brokers open, I couldn't say anything. Like it would have been like honestly, like no, I can't. Like if I see with, I mean, with my own eyes that you're doing things that are not okay, then I can't defend you, and it's not my place to defend you either.
Right.
Unless
It's not.
I see that you're, if it's a different scenario, then yeah. But that's to anyone in my life, not only to her. Like that's how I am with any of my friends.
What about Chelsea? We have this new agent. Like, how do you get on with Chelsea? Like, how does Chelsea fit into the group? I mean, we saw her fit in relatively easy. I mean, she had some issues with Davina, but short of that.
Well, I mean, I didn't have a lot of time to get to know her. I mean, there's some things that I didn't agree with, like, of course, that the disagreement that she had with Davina, or, her, like, defending Christine at the tea party, when she didn't know me or Davina. So I would have loved for you to ask me or get to know me before you can, jump and say those things. I really didn't have more time to be with her. I've seen her here and there in some events, and I really haven't had. But it's just like a quick. I haven't really had the time. I think just she's just like a little kitten. She's lovely.
What about, listen, like we know Christine is not on the O Group website anymore. We've watched the season, we watched the reunion. Jason says, like, now for right now, there's no place for her. Who knows about the future? Like when you're in the office, like, is the atmosphere different? Like now that Christine is not there?
Well, I cannot comment on that, but yeah.
I would think that it's different. And I mean, she's not on the website. So I think we all know she's kind of not there, but fair enough. What about, there's this whole thing where, she offered Emma's client $5,000 and, like just in general, like from like a broker's point of view, like how bad is that in general, like for people that are not in the business? And I mean, it seems pretty bad to me for someone to do that.
I mean, if someone does something like that, I think obviously it's not a good thing. I just don't know what happened there, and so it's a very difficult thing to say because I know that I wasn't there. So it's just something that I would not like to answer because I can't comment on that either. Like it's just difficult.
I think that's why everyone has so many questions, because Christine never showed up, and like I think people want some resolution like next season, but not that that's on you. That's more on Netflix and everything. What do you love best about real estate? Like, what do you love best about this profession?
I love making people happy. Like when I sold my first house and I gave the keys to my clients, they went with the kids to pick up the keys, and their faces were like, I don't have even words. Like I was so happy to see them happy to having this new house for them. And just that just makes me happy to make people happy.
Do you get, like it's such real estate porn to the viewers. Like we love this. Like, do you ever get, like, you must have seen it, like it's gorgeous. There's like, does anything shock you, with these over the top properties and like what people do? Like, does it all become just, you're used to it by now? Or are you like so impressed every time?
No, I think I get impressed every time. I really think that Los Angeles has one of the most incredible real estates. It's just madness what you can see here, between views and architecture, and it's just wow, like breathtaking. So yeah, I don't think I will ever get used to it. It's really beautiful.
What about like, and I had Davina here and I asked her the same thing, like when you get that edit of like, that thing where Mary's now the boss and we're like, Vanessa, you haven't made any sales. Davina, you better figure it out. Like, when you get an edit like that and then you see it, like, does stuff like that bother you?
No, I mean, obviously she's now the manager, and I think it's incredible. I like women, as bosses too. I actually think it's incredible. I definitely know that sometimes real estate is not easy, and I want people to know that, like, it's not that easy. Not everyone has it so easy. Sometimes it seems like it's easier on the show. It's not that easy. So I think actually, in fact, I think it's amazing that they show that I'm not making the sale or whatever, because that can happen too. And I think that is just it's just one situation. It doesn't mean that your whole career is going to be like that, and that's how you prove to yourself that you can do things and you can make it work and everything. So right now, I mean, again, the market is super tight, and sometimes I go with buyers to see 10 houses, and I only like, I don't know, 20 houses, and we go see 10, but they don't like it. Like, it's not my problem. It's not nothing I can do. There's sometimes looking for something very specific. I have a client that she's looking for a very specific house. She already lives in a beautiful house. So to get her to another level of house, it's not out there, not even off market. So, sometimes it's not up to you. Sometimes it's up to destiny, I think. But of course, I continue hustling. And I also believe that, for example, the thing that you just said about Davina, like, she had a $75 million listing. That's incredible, and I know that it was overpriced or whatever, because the client wanted at that price and she was suggesting a less price. But sometimes you have to go for it. You never know. It might appear that incredible client that will be like, you know what? I'm in love with the house. I don't care if it's worth 50, I'm going to pay the 75, because it happens. So you never know. And it's just to have it is a very incredible thing. I mean, in my opinion. So yeah, I just think it's